Hey guys, it's Johnny coming to you with yet another Figma review. Here I have for you today from the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, Link. So let's jump right in and have a look at his packaging. Packaging wise, Link comes in your typical Windows style box, as you guys can see here, but of course with his own unique flair, as you guys can see through the background. We have the Figma logo going across, of course, his name Link, the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, which is one of the many games that he stars in and the game that this Figma is based off. As you guys can see on the sides, at the top, at the bottom, you can see images of the figure itself and of course the Figma logo again. And of course at the back we have images of the figure doing some crazy action poses with his accessories, everything you get in the pack. And at the bottom here you just have warnings and credits that I do not understand. Inside this packaging you get kind of this display cardboard piece that you can use if you'd like, and of course inside this box you get two clamshell packagings of the figure itself with all of his accessories, and the other one of course with some more accessories. At the bottom here you get the stand for the figure and instructions. So now let's jump right in and have a closer look at the figure himself. So here we have Link in all of his glory, so let's jump right in and have a closer look at all of his details. Something I especially love about this figure is his face mold. They did a fantastic job capturing the likeness of the character that we see in The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, but of course it still resembles the character that we see throughout all of his other classic and newer games such as the Smash Bros. It's nicely resembling him. You can totally tell that it's him. His concept overall, as you guys can tell, is very simple. Very simple indeed. I really like how they added the pouches there. It looks fantastic. Of course he has two holes here, one for his stand and one for his sword sheath that can be attached, which I'll show you guys later. But overall very simple. I really like the matte paint on it. It looks fantastic, and this kind of armoring he has underneath his shirt is kind of metallic, which is also nice. But overall it's a really nice paint job. I always love the matte paint. I think it just is a lot better than, or I find it to be a lot better than kind of shiny or metallic-y paint. It's fantastic. It really brings the old school feel back to us. The feels. Articulation wise, Link has rotation in the head, tilt action, so pretty decent. His hat has articulation as well, so you can do 360 with that. So you can make it blow with the wind if you want. His arms have 360. It doesn't go out too much, but because it's hindered by his shoulder piece there. We have the elbow action about 90 degrees or maybe just over 90 degrees, nothing too special. And of course the wrist pegs or the wrist joints. Something I haven't talked to you guys about is Figma's wrist joints. They're really different from SH Figuarts, which I first owned. As you guys can see, it's just this one straight long peg attached to the hand itself. I actually really prefer the Figma one. It feels nice and secure and doesn't feel like if you break the peg on SH Figuarts you're doomed, because they don't give you a spare. Of course he also has a kind of ab crunch that doesn't crunch too much, but it's a nice kind of swivel that you got there. We have the hip articulation that is hindered by his kind of skirt dress thing he has going on, but of course this is a rubbery plastic, so it is movable, so it can be moved slightly but not too much, so you can't have great range of leg motions with him. But of course he doesn't really do any of those high kicks and stuff since he is a man with the sword. He has fantastic knee articulation. As you guys can see here behind his knees he kind of has these things that are cut out, so you can have a nice motion there. So his boots do go into his legs a bit, but I rather function over aesthetics anyways. And of course we have the leg and articulation, and we have little toe joints. Not really any pivot. We have a swivel or 360 rotation going on there as well as the boots at the top here. So overall, decent articulation, nothing too special. So now let's jump in and have a closer look at how he stands next to his Smash Bros competitors. Size comparison wise, Link is in perfect scale with his competitors standing about 5.5 inches, whereas Samus stands around 6, Pit around 4.5, and Mario at 4 inches. Of course these three were made by Figma, so you do know they will be in perfect scale, whereas Mario was made by SH Figuarts, so luckily he is in perfect scale. And why not? Let's throw Sailor Moon and Goku into this shot as well, since I love them so much, both by SH Figuarts. She stands slightly over 5.5 inches and he stands 6 inches to the top of his hair, so they are also in good scale. So now let's gear Link up and have a look at all of his accessories. Accessories wise, Link comes with a nice range of things from weapons, hands to even a special effects part. As you guys can see here, he has two pairs of faces, so one is his default face that of course goes with his default fringe, one is his angry face that comes with his secondary fringe, which is supposed to resemble his hair kind of flowing in the wind, but to be honest it looks exactly the same, nothing special, just with slight molding differences. Of course we have 5 pairs of hands, so 2 closed fists that he comes packaged with, 2 hands that can hold his sword either in his left or right, 2 hands that can hold his shield either his left or right, 2 relaxed hands and 2 spread out fingers. He has this really nice translucent blue kind of slash effect piece that of course can be attached to his sword through these little slots. I really like this piece, it looks fantastic, it has great molding and I really like the color. Of course we get the Highland Warrior sword or Highland Master sword that is nicely painted in this kind of metallic blue paint. Of course we have the Triforce there. At the bottom this little peg can pop out and that can just be easily slipped into his hand and then that can be popped back in, so it's really nicely detailed as you guys can see. We also get the sword scabbard or the sheath as you may call it. Of course this is nicely painted as well with this gold kind of metallic feel. I really like it, and it can be attached to his back with also his shield, which of course also has the Triforce. It's nicely painted as well in this kind of matte blue with the kind of metallic silver and gold going around, and that has 2 kind of attachments that you can use to attach to either to his left hand or right hand. It depends on which part you put this handle on, and this can be secured by this little strap here, but you can also put it this little handle in the middle, which can be also attached with this scabbard to be attached to his back, like you see in this game how he carries it on his back. So that's really nicely done and fantastic, and I'm glad they included that. Of course we get the standard Figma stand, which also comes with this little Figma kind of addition that you can attach to the stand, so I guess you just get extra reach, and you get the standard Figma bag. So here is Link all geared up, looking very badass with his Highland Master Sword and Highland Shield in hand, ready for a fight, and also with his scabbard on his back. Something I have found to be a little bit of an issue is when you do add this cool special effect part onto his sword, his wrists are a tad weak, so it does kind of flip-flop around. See, it just drops back down, and when you push it back up, it might stand there if you're lucky, but I don't know if it's just mine a little loose, but then sometimes it does fall back down, as you guys can see. Now on to the second look. And this second look is where we have all of Link's weapons stored on his back, and it looks fantastic. I'm really impressed with how they're able to pull this off. They're really clever. As you guys can see, the scabbard itself has this little notch on it, so that when you do this pose or this look, the shield does not slide down, it just stops where the little notch is. I think that's fantastic and really impressive. And this is also the look where the little extra addition to the stand comes in. Of course, since you have so much on his back, it's really difficult to get the stand in if you don't have this little addition. So thank you Figma for including that. Overall, I think this figure is a fantastic addition to any figure collection out there, whether you're a fan of the Zelda series, Smash Bros, or just a video game fan in general. I highly recommend him. Though he does have limited articulation, I find that the accessories that he comes with makes up for it, and the poses that you can put him in with those accessories are more than exceptional. I really can't wait till more figures come out of the Smash Bros line. I'm really hoping for a Zelda figure. That would be amazing. And until next time, I will see you guys soon. Bye.